What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Killer Keemstar. I'm here with...
Only use me, Blade.
This is the BadKidCast.
The audio cast that you listen to.
While you game.
Bam.
We're available on Spreaker 100% of the time.
We're going through some issues. I know you've heard of the last couple casts. I apologize. I'm sorry from the bottom of my Blady heart.
I keep on getting tweets saying, you have not uploaded an episode in a month. I'm like, yes, I have.
So
They just been on Spreaker.
Yeah, we apologize. We overshot our boundaries. We went on iHeartRadio thinking we can add that, but that literally subtracted all the other stuff. We're working on it. We're trying to get back on iTunes. Fuck iHeartRadio. If you listen to it on iHeartRadio, we love you.
We have
but we don't.
A bunch of different outlets for the BadKidCast that are trying to sign us and get us on, but they're all competing. So we don't want them to compete. We want to be everywhere.
Yeah.
We're working on it. We'll try to fix it ASAP. We have some sponsors for this episode.
Bam.
DillCast Gaming on YouTube. That's DillCast Gaming, like Dill Pickle and like BadKidCast Gaming. This dude does some troll stuff.
He does some trolling. He does a little bit of GTA 5. Looks like he does some Sniper Elite. Nice. Some DayZ. You're a fan of DayZ.
Yeah.
Some Ghosts. That's a lot of different variety on his channel. I'm liking it.
He has some epic stuff over there. Go check out youtube.com/Dill. Oh, wait. It's DillCat Gaming.
DillCast Gaming.
No, cat. Look at the URL.
Whoa, that's fucking weird. Why does it spell it like that, though?
That would fuck the whole thing up if they went to DillCast Gaming.
That's fucked up. Well, I apologize, DillCat Gaming.
Well, if the name of it is DillCast Gaming, but his YouTube URL is DillCat Gaming.
That's very fucking awkward. I'm sorry.
Do us a favor. Go over there to his newest video and say, heard about you on the BadKidCast.
Bam.
Second sponsor
is Substance, and this is actually cool because I get to talk about it. He has been heading the fight to try to find out where the hell Jeff's been, trying to keep his name alive. Jeff, that guy who camps, we've talked about him a million times. But that guy who camps actually got in contact with our sponsor and said, like, apparently he'd been sending a lot of messages on Xbox. When he responded, he said, "Man, thanks for the kind words. I'm just chilling for right now. Possible comeback." So
that guy who camps is alive. We can confirm that. Here's one thing that we're waiting on. Basically, Camp signed a contract a long time ago with Team Noble.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that ran Team Noble contacted me and said, look, I got this contract. I'm looking through my emails now. If I find it, it will have Camp's number on it. If he gets back to us while we're doing this cast, I think it would be cool to call him.
Absolutely. That'd be awesome.
We'll give him a jingle. Give him a jingle.
What if we call it ends up being that guy who camps dad or mom?
We'll talk to his parents.
That'd be even more epic, I think.
We'll say, how come you're not letting Jeff get into the YouTube scene more?
How old is Jeff? I'm not trying to think about it.
I'm thinking he's now about 17 or 18.
Okay. Yeah, so he's probably old enough to be an adult.
He was 15 back in 2010, so...
Okay, yeah, so... 18,
yeah, he's old.
18, 19.
I think he went to college. I thought the last thing I heard is that he went to college, and didn't he upload a video saying at college he was just he had an alcoholic binge?
Yeah, he mentioned something like that. I think it was called My Confession. That was his video.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jeff, we miss you. I even made a video about Jeff, and we miss you, bro. Come on back. Hit us up on the DM or the... I don't think you... What if he's been sending hundreds of YouTube messages and I just haven't seen it?
He lives in California, right?
Yeah, he lives in California.
Well, let's just go knocking on his door.
Bam. Knocking on every door.
Actually, I don't know which dorm he's in, though.
Oh, I thought we were just going to knock on every door in California until we figured it out.
That would be a lot of doors.
Yeah.
That would be a lot of doors.
The Hunt for Jeff, episode 3092.
So they have this new series on Showtime that I've been watching, and it's called...
I think I know what it is. Living Life Dangerously?
Living Life Dangerously, something like that.
Yeah. Is it good? I haven't watched it yet.
It's good. It's got Harrison Ford in it. It's got...
Don Cheadle?
Yeah, it's got Arnold.
Nice.
Arnold Schwartz. I can never say his last name without being racist.
Schwarzenegger.
I never say it the right way. I always say Schwarzenegger. I do. In fact, I got to tell you this story.
I got a racist story.
There was this kid that went to school with us, right? And this was 5th grade. And we went out and we were playing gym. We were playing volleyball. Mm-hmm. And the kid was black. And the kid was pretty good when we were playing kickball. And he was like kicking them out of the park. Now, I'm the pitcher. And I turn back and tell my team, I'm like, everybody back up. This guy's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right? I throw the pitch. Dude kicks it, right? Yeah. Kicks it like over the field, right? Don't think anything of it. You know, people are looking at me weird, whatever. At the end of it, I'm in class. I'm in social studies. And my teacher comes and pulls me out in the hall. And she goes, did you call Gabe a nigger? And I'm like, no. I said he was Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he like rolled his eyes, and I went back into class. But yeah, that's a real story. That really happened.
You're like, no, I didn't. I just called him. Okay,
I never knew how to say the word right.
I got we have to take a break. Jeffgate 2014.
What do you mean?
We need to pause the show for 2 seconds.
Okay. All right, so this is the situation. We just got a tip that Multi-Kills has a lead on Jeff.
He does not know that we're live right now.
All right, I found him. You ready to call him?
We're live on the BadKidCast. What's the number?
Here is the number.
Wait, do either one of you have Skype credits? Can you just call it right in the Skype?
No, I don't have it.
I don't have either.
All right, so we have the docs of that guy who camps, and I'm going to call it via Skype. I believe I have Skype credits.
If not, we can call with the phone.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm going to call you back.
All right.
Let's exciting. See.
This is pretty exciting. I got to figure out how to do the call someone with the number thing. Oh, I clicked off it. All right, here we go. We're going to call Jeff. We're calling Jeff. Let's see. Here goes nothing.
Woo.
Can you hear that?
Yes, I can. So it's 7:14 over there, so it's not too late.
Ooh, we're going to find camp.
The suspense is killing me.
I know.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep.
Okay.
We will return your call.
Hi, this is Keemstar, and I'm here with
Only Use Me Blade.
And we're trying to get in contact with Jeff. We're friends of his from the internet. If you could get in contact with Jeff, or known as that guy who camps, and let him know that his friends Keemstar and Only Use Me Blade are looking for him, and to contact us on Twitter, that would be great. Thank you very much. Sorry for disturb you at this hour. Goodbye.
Bye.
There we go.
Okay, I don't know why I felt like a little kid on that call. That was fucking awkward.
Well, we weren't prank phone calling.
Yeah, I know.
It felt like we were prank phone calling, though.
It would just feel weird, but imagine if you wake up, right, and you get this voicemail, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And it's like, hey, what's up? I'm trying to think of someone that, well, I guess I'm close enough to Jeff, and you're close enough to Jeff that it wouldn't be weird, so yeah, it's cool.
Dude, yeah, it would not be weird whatsoever. If Jeff called me up and he was like, yo, dude, we're having a party at the house. Come over and stay the weekend or whatever. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't find that weird at all. I'd just be like, yeah, I'm going. You know what I mean?
Did I tell you about the GFX lab calling me?
Oh, my God. I don't like that guy, but go ahead.
Okay, so...
I mean, I shouldn't say, the kid has done anything wrong. I just don't like his content.
Okay, that's fair. So, 6 months prior to the incident I'm going to talk about, basically what happened was I was at my house, I was kind of lazy, and I couldn't find my phone. I could not find my phone at all, right?
Okay.
And I couldn't call anybody to tell me to call my phone because I didn't have my phone. So all I had was Skype. And so the only person on at that late hour of Skype was GFX Lab.
Okay.
And I'm like, bro, is there any way you can call my phone? Because I've lost it. It's in my house somewhere. I just can't find it.
When did this take place?
Fuck, this is several years ago.
Okay, several years ago this went down.
Yeah. And so he called. So he calls it. I found my phone. It was in the bathroom. Bam, everything fine. Fast forward like 6 months later.
Okay.
I get a text from GFX Lab.
Okay.
And we weren't beefing, but we were kind of going back at it on Twitter a little bit.
All right.
Over some bullshit that ended up getting squashed. But we kind of went back and forth on Twitter. And he texted me. And I'm like, how the fuck did you get my number, dude? Like, not cool. Like, we're not that close. How the fuck did you get my number? I was pissed. And he was like, you gave me your number because you like lost your phone, bro, like 6 months ago. I'm like, oh, okay.
Who the fuck? Oh, now I'm ringing? All right. We'll be right back. Fuck. And we're back. All right. Sorry about that. I got a phone call. So what is the deal after you told GFX Lab, like after he told you that, like what was your response?
I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like he was kind of like, the thing is that.
What was the beef about?
He, at the time, he was like drinking a good amount and he was like depressed.
Okay.
And I forgot exactly what he said, but I said that I would, I was like, you need to calm down, dude. I'd destroy you. And he thought that I meant destroy him like I'm like some huge YouTube juggernaut. And I was just saying, like, because he was like a drunk mess, I would destroy him like physically. And so he made a video and like just like 20 tweets at me or some crazy shit. And then he decided to text me. And I'm just like, that's when I got mad. Like, first you're coming at me on YouTube, but then somehow you got my number, dude. I was pissed off. Then he told me, he's like, no, you gave me your number. And then it kind of all went away.
Do you remember when GFX Lab used to make like rap videos?
Yeah. That's what he was popular for.
Why?
Why was he popular for it?
Yeah, they were the worst. Like, he can't rap.
Oh, they were
at
good.
all.
They were good. They were good.
Shut up.
They were good.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
You're friends with the dude now or something. I don't know.
No, I haven't talked to him in years, but they were
worst rapping videos ever.
He would take commentators and he would literally make raps for them. They're fine. They're good.
Yeah.
He made a rap for Chris Smoove. He made a rap for Woody. He made a rap for El Presidor. He made a rap for me. He made a rap for C. Nanners, Hutch. He made raps for like all these guys, and that's how he got popular.
He can't rap. Syndicate, or not Syndicate, but Cinematic, he can rap.
Mm-hmm.
He's got flow. Like, GFX Lab is just like this white kid that like wrote poems.
The stuff was good, dude, and that's not because you.
Let's play some. Let's just pull it up, and I think his channel's gone, dude. Just search it.
All right,
GFX Lab. All right. Honestly, no, his channel survives. All right, let's go to videos. Let's just go to the most popular. And okay, Modern Warfare 3 rap song. Let's check it out.
But enough about that, let's get into the details. Looking at the weapons list, everything looks great. See my trusty primary ACR 6.8. The UMP is back up, but that gun is still a beast. LMGs to SMG, I am liking what I see. I see that new.
This is his most viewed video, Blade. You're telling me this kid can rap? What?
Action, YAGB, I'm a quick scoping boss, and you guys know me. Haha, attachments and reticles, filling up my testicles.
He can't rap!
Okay, so he's not a fucking sign rapper. Big deal.
Okay, like, remember when I said I don't have a problem with GFX Lab? I do not like his content.
That's fair.
I feel like if you're going to rap, right, and you produce this type of content, that you are literally calling me and everyone else that has watched your content assholes.
That's not... How do you derive that? That's retarded.
I feel like he is personally offending me by making this music.
That's stupid, dude. That's dumb.
Like, he's out to seriously be like, fuck all of you, listen to this.
He's just a dude that makes videos, has fun with that. I don't see why that's...
Because it's so fucking bad. It's so ridiculously bad. And here's
you don't like his content. Okay, we get it, but why dwell on that?
I don't know.
Why bring it up? Why would you go... My question to you is, okay, you don't like the content. There you go. Why would you pull up his content and play it on the show and talk about it on the show? Why you be like, just don't like the content and move on? Like, why?
Because I can't even see how anyone could like it.
I don't see how anybody likes half the shit that's popular. Who cares?
Like, there'll be some Minecraft stuff that I'll be like, you know what? I'm not into this, right?
Mm-hmm.
but I can see how people might like it. Can't do that with this.
Okay, I just don't understand why we're focusing energy on this though.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Just saying, for years on end, I've hated GFX Lab, and I feel like that his videos should be removed off YouTube.
I don't think you hate GFX Lab. I just think you just don't like the videos he makes.
Yes, I feel like he should be removed off YouTube.
For what?
For this capital punishment.
Dude, like, majority of this... that's stupid, dude. You're not the judge and executioner on what's good on YouTube, though.
We all are.
This video has 358,000 people that watched it.
Why?
Because people watch shit on YouTube.
Okay, and here's the other thing that I think's bullshit about this video. There's 358,000 people that watch this. How many likes?
2,654.
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong. You can't get almost 400,000 likes with only 25 or 400,000 views with only 4.
Why are we looking at it? Why are we even?
Something's wrong with this video.
What do you mean something's wrong with this video? He's got
way more views than likes, bro.
Of course you're gonna have more views than likes.
Yeah, but I mean way more. Like this video, in order to get 358,000 views, should have at least bare minimum 10,000 likes.
I got a question for you though. Okay, how did you find this video? You went to his page
and went to the most
and then
views.
Went to most viewed. If you go to my page, you go to most viewed. It's the most basic of fucking commentaries I've ever done. Search and Destroy, Modern Warfare 2.
How many likes?
Let's go. Let's check it out.
All right, well, let's see.
I know that video has over 1 million views, and it probably has 3,000 likes.
Well, then there's something wrong with that.
No, it's not. It's just how things work.
All right, well, let's see it.
What happens if a dude...
Oh, my God. What happens if a dude farts in the forest? All right.
Why are you...
I don't know. I don't know.
All right. 4 years ago, Modern Warfare 2, Search and Destroy, Knife Only 3.
Yeah, exactly.
5,000 likes, over 1 million views.
I give up. All I know is GF Labs, should not... literally, they should amend the Constitution to make it so he cannot rap anymore. It's that bad. And I think we'd be squared away. So, a lot of people were thinking that this episode was going to be...
Eat a job.
Whose video is that?
This is my video.
Oh. Somebody told you 3 weeks ago to get a job. All right. So a lot of people think that this was going to be the Shroom Cast.
Let's talk about it.
It's not going to be the Shroom Cast. Not this episode. Next episode is. And I must say, I'm a little... I wouldn't say worried, but I'm really confused on how this is going to work.
Well, here's my concerns. A couple concerns. When you do shrooms... The last thing you want to do is be around anybody that's not doing shrooms. Okay, the whole group needs to be, and also it's a lot of stuff to do with nature and going out. And I want to be near water and go out and do stuff.
The best experience I've ever had with shrooms is being outdoors.
Exactly. So you want to take shrooms and then you want to sit here and do a cast. It's all going to be in our brain, bro.
That's what the people want.
I know that's what the people want. That's what we're going to do. That's why we're doing it. But I just have a feeling that the whole point of shrooms is your inner feeling that you have.
Right. I'll be right back. Well, I don't know what's going on. I think we're going to have about 50,000 interruptions during this one.
There's just 2. It's just family stuff that came up. Not a huge problem.
All right. So, anyhow, the Shroom Cast. That's happening next. It's going to be the next cast. If you want to sponsor this episode, because I know a lot of people want to be a sponsor on this episode, get in contact with either me or Blade or on Twitter, and we will set it up for you.
Bam. So, you said that you bought a lottery ticket, huh, buddy?
Yeah, I buy usually when the lotto gets up to past 100 million. I always buy one.
Bam.
You never know.
You never know. What is it currently at right now?
I have no idea.
You know, it'd be sick. This would be super sick.
What?
If you were on shrooms and the lottery happened that time you checked in, you won.
Dude, you wouldn't know what to do. You wouldn't know if it was real or not.
Right, exactly. You'd be like, you wouldn't even get excited. You'd be like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to recheck it, but for now I'm floating.
I would be so mad. I would just be like, I want to be sober now.
Yeah. Okay, so drugs and alcohol, that is one thing that's really shitty is when you're fucked up. If you're either drunk or high or both or whatever, sometimes you're like, fuck, dude, I really want to be sober like ASAP. Like, make me sober. Make me sober now. And, you know.
And that's usually when things get bad. When you're wishing to be sober, that's when things get horrible.
Yeah, I hate the smoking too much weed and the scared of heights high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't really get that too much, but I remember getting that when I was like younger. And it'd be like, you'd be so antisocial. It'd be like, fuck, dude, I do not want to be this fucking high right now.
Dude, you're scaring me from wanting to do the Shroomcast.
No. You don't get high. You don't get high off of shrooms. You get euphoric.
Yes and no.
Well, here's the thing. You have to plan to do shrooms. You can't just be like, oh, like it's a Thursday, I'm gonna do some shrooms. Like, you have to actually like plan it out. You can't just like, oh, you know, I was going to the store and do it at the 7-Eleven. I was like, I want to take some shrooms. I took some shrooms and I had to go do shit with my family. Like,
one time I was doing shrooms and I was playing Halo 3. This is in 2007. Did shrooms, was in the house by myself playing Halo 3, and I just didn't want to be in shrooms anymore. I just was like, fuck, dude, this is horrible.
Yeah.
I just don't want to do it. But then the other 2 times I did it, I loved it. But I was outdoors those 2 times.
The last time I did shrooms, I didn't do as much as I did my first time. I've done shrooms twice. Okay, first time was awesome. Second time I did it, I didn't have that much to do. But when I did it, I was on the water, rafting, like floating on the water, like floating the river.
I remember this. You went like out in the woods with friends for the weekend or something.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I did shrooms, and then when I did shrooms, I was like, we were out in the water, we were floating away from our campsite thing, and then I just had this thing like, I need to get the fuck away from these people. Like, I have to go. And so I swam like a mile back.
By yourself?
By myself, yeah. I was exhausted. And then as I was swimming back, a thunderstorm happened.
That's weird.
Yeah, it sucked.
Did you sense the thunderstorm coming?
No. No, there was no sixth sense about it. It literally came out. I was like, what the fuck? Bad timing, Mother Nature. Son of a bitch.
The first time I did shrooms, it was the greatest experience ever. It started off bad, and this is how it started off bad. My friend had a bunch of property, and they had this lake, and they had all these trails in the woods, and it was real like rural, awesome, like house in the woods with lake and all this like outdoor stuff.
That sounds like an awesome place to do shrooms.
It was great. Here was the problem. We took him about 45 minutes to an hour later. His mom came out and was like, we're going to feed the fish. And I'm like, what are you talking about, right? So she comes out with these scoops, like a coffee can that's filled with grain, right? And she walks over to the lake. Now, there's a bench that sits like right on the bank of the lake, right? So I'm sitting there, and she's throwing this grain in the water, and these stock trout just start jumping up out of the water.
Oh, my God.
And I'm thinking to myself, right, and it just hits me then. I'm like, it's like Jaws, and these things are coming out to get me. So I'm like, and now this is a wooden bench, right? I'm leaning back and back and back and back to get away from.
Yeah, your soul's like in the bench at this point.
Yeah, I'm leaning back and back and back, thinking these things are going to jump out and bite me. But then after that, everything was cool. It was like we were running around like we were 4 years old, like racing.
There's something about shrooms and water. I don't know what it is, but like bodies of water you can just literally stare at, and it's awesome.
Mirrors. Have you ever been stuck in a mirror?
No. One of the things people told me is like never look in a mirror when you're on shrooms, so I never did.
Yeah, you get stuck there.
Fuck
for
that.
hours.
Fuck that.
Making faces and entertaining yourself. Yeah, I don't know. The Shroomcast, it's making me nervous now.
I'm not nervous. I'm excited, but I have this feeling that it's going to suck for the viewer. And I know that's a bad thing to say to our viewers or whatever, but like, what if it's just us going,
yeah, oh my God, the fucking
high.
Camera spinning. Whoa.
Why is the YouTube icon winking at me?
Well, I think it would be good if we're going to do the Shroomcast that we plan out topics or whatever, and then we have the topics up there.
It might be a situation where we end up having a fucking like the deepest 7-hour conversation of our fucking lives.
It could be crazy.
That could be that too.
The first time I did shrooms, I remember this clear as day. I was sitting there and I was like, okay, this is great. I'm going to smoke some weed. I smoked weed, like I would say in the middle of the shroom trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as I sat down, I started thinking about what life was and what I was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I closed my eyes and I saw a an infant, like what do I want to say? Like in the womb.
Okay, like a fetus?
A fetus, yes. I saw a fetus. And the fetus was a human, right? And as the fetus was like getting bigger and bigger and bigger, like it wasn't in the body. Like it was like in the forest by itself.
Oh, okay.
But it was somehow being nurtured and it was growing at like a ridiculous speed, right?
Okay.
The fetus that was a human was actually a baby bear.
Okay. Okay.
And then I realized that we were connected, right? That me and the bear were the same thing, you know, and that life was not so different, that humans weren't different than animals, that we were all together in this one thing called life, you know? All of us life forms
like we're
were...
just like literally humans are literally just another species, which is a form of animals. So even though we look at animals as separate than humans, we're really the same thing.
It was a weird thing, but it was also very mind-opening that, you know, we're all connected. And if you look at, you know, like what scientists say, what are we made of? We're made of stars. Everything's made of like stars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're all made of stardust. All life forms, everything. So in a way, we're all the same elements. We're all the same thing, whether it be a tree, a person, whoever. And
we're just an offspring of that. We're just a form of that, which is nuts, but it is what it is.
Which is crazy because if you think about it, when we die, right?
Uh-huh.
When we die, we turn into whatever. If other animals like eat us or whatever, then we're actually part of that. It's just, it all gets really, really crazy when you go that deep.
Yeah, I don't like going that deep. I like the whole thing except for the death part. Not into that whole death thing.
Well, I mean, you're going to die.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. For real, let's not talk about it.
Why?
Because I don't like it.
But I mean, it's going to...
I know it's going to happen, but let's live life then. That's what I love. Okay, here's the one thing I do love about weed. Okay, one thing I fucking love about weed. I haven't been smoking it lately, but one thing I do love about weed is it literally slows time down, which is a gift because we only have so many seconds on this earth, right? Mm-hmm. So if you have something that's going to make you feel bomb and something that's going to literally extend that time out as long as possible, that's a fucking godsend.
But who were you before you were born?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't like. I hate thinking about that.
Same thing.
Shit. Literally, I get the goosebumps in the willies just thinking about that shit. I would prefer if you change the subject.
So if you were to win the lottery, what would you do with it?
If I were to win the lottery, I would... Obviously, there's going to be some expenses at first, okay? What I would do is I would get a house. I would have a house built, okay?
Okay. What kind of house would this be?
It wouldn't be anything ridiculous, okay? It would have sections.
Why would you build a house instead of buying?
Because, well, if I can find a house that like suits my needs, sure. But like,
okay, what is the house?
It would be a decent size house. It wouldn't be some retardedly big mansion. It would have a very large garage. You'd have a basketball court indoors. It'd have a pool, and
it wouldn't be a very large mansion, but it would have a basketball court indoors.
Yes, I think that'd be sick.
Okay,
and also, okay, I know this goes against the whole. This is ridiculous, but I would have an IMAX.
What?
I would have... You know how sick it would be to have an IMAX at your house? That'd be the fucking best thing ever, dude. Literally.
Dude, that would cost a fortune.
I have a fortune. If you have $100 million, how much does an IMAX cost? Like $1 million?
Okay, here's the thing.
I'm going to go talk. I'm going to look how much an IMAX costs. Okay?
I'm pretty sure it's millions of dollars to create an IMAX, right? You're not going to have enough money to do all that. $100 million ain't shit. Like, that literally is not a lot of money. There's not much you can do with it. A basketball court, what you're talking about, like an indoor court, full length, that shit's going to cost a couple $1 million. At the end of the day, like, you're going to run out of money. You can't, it's not sustainable.
I just think I'd be sick to have IMAX at my place.
You can't look up how much an Like, where's that going to be on the internet?
When I looked that up, they said that IMAX tickets were $10. So obviously, that doesn't work.
So I don't know. Here's what I would do. I would have a relatively modest home.
Yeah.
Right? But I would own a lot of land, and I would own a lot of ATVs, and I would own like boats, and I would own all different types of vehicles, right? And you know those trails that we walk on over at that park that has like the wooden... There's these trails that we walk on every once in a while, and they have wooden pathways. They're like bridges. They look like a deck, but they're like paths in the woods that are made out of wood, you know? And it's awesome. It's the most amazing trails to walk on. I would have that all around my property for miles and miles and miles. And I just think that would be awesome. That would be the life. So you just looked up Hawaiian treehouse.
When I was a kid, I was forced to do a book report, and it was on tree houses. And ever since then, I've been fascinated with tree houses. Okay, they showed some tree houses. A lot of them are in the Pacific Northwest, but they showed some tree houses in Hawaii that people literally rent. So they go to Hawaii, they go to these tree houses, and they like overlook waterfalls and shit like that. And it's fucking surreal. It's awesome.
They have some of the most in California. A guy has a patent on tree houses.
Makes sense.
It's I don't know. There's a way that he does it. I don't know, but anyhow, he sells and makes the parts for them.
Oh, okay.
And I watched a whole like Discovery Channel thing on it, and it was pretty interesting. It was really cool.
So in answer to your question, I would have a home base. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe I won't have an IMAX, but I'll have a pretty sick home theater. Okay. I'd have pretty much movie theater size home theater. It'd be awesome, right? And I would have a basketball court, and I would maybe have like a track around the house or something, and it'd be in an area where I didn't have neighbors, but at the same time, I'd still be near a 7-Eleven or something. But then I'd also have little places, little getaways, like a Hawaiian treehouse or a fucking like a shack on the Florida Keys and shit like that. I have like little getaway places.
I don't understand why people have bowling alleys in their house.
That's stupid. I don't even like bowling in general.
I mean, like it would be cool to like go bowling and stuff, but what if the pins get fucked up?
How much bowling are you doing that you need to be like, you know what, I'm bowling so much that I need one at my house, and bowling's expensive.
Yeah.
To make a bowling alley in your house, first off, that's a lot of fucking land, you know, and it's expensive to make a bowling alley.
I think it's more expensive to make a fucking indoor basketball court.
I don't know.
I love that basketball court at the gym that we used to go to. That's my favorite basketball court.
I mean, that's a very simple, basic basketball court, but yeah.
Just the way it looks, the paneling, the wood, it just looks like... If I had that in my house, I would love it.
Yeah.
I would love it. So, anyhow, on this Showtime thing that I watched, it was eye-opening. It was crazy. It's scary as fuck. Because they literally go in... And they start showing that the world is, like, fucking dying.
Yeah.
Right? There used to be a fire season in California. Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, there's no fire season anymore. Like, fires burn year-round.
Yeah. Can I say something real quick about this? Have they gotten to what the life expectancy of Earth is at its current rate?
Well, here's what they said. They said, without a doubt, and this is unchangeable, even if we stop putting
fucking
carbon
shit up, yeah.
Yeah, if we stop today, in the year like 2050, it will be like Arizona temperatures in Nebraska.
Jesus.
In Nebraska.
In 2050.
2050. We're talking like 40 years.
35 years, yeah. That's nuts.
And that's if we stop everything. So
and
they
we're
know...
We're not stopping.
Yeah, they know 100% like a century from now, like... a big portion of the world is going to be uninhabitable.
So I had to go to a Christian camp when I was a kid one time.
Uh-huh.
And biggest bunch of bullshit ever. No offense if you're a Christian or religious, but just not for me. Okay. Now, I remember I was in there. I wasn't paying attention. And he started talking about the rapture. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Started talking about there's going to come a point when basically, I know I'm probably misquoting this. I apologize. But there's going to be a point where God's like, mulligan, let's start the shit over. Okay?
Yeah.
It's going to wipe the slate clean and start over. Everything's going to die out, and then it's going to start over again or whatever, right? And I started freaking out. I'm like, whoa. Can we talk about this a little bit more? And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Don't fucking worry about it. He's like, there's no possible way it's going to happen in your lifetime. So don't even sweat it. I'm like, fuck. And I didn't say fuck you. I was a kid, but I was like, what? Like, you can't just be like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, well, what if my kid goes through it, or if my grandkid or great grandkids? What are we talking about? Like, you made up some ridiculous thing that the whole world is going to completely wipe clean and start over.
People ask me, like, my family harasses me all the time. They're like, when are you having another kid? I made a personal decision to have one child because the world is overpopulated, and because the more people there are, the more of disease we have on this earth, right?
Yeah. And
when I tell them that, they think I'm joking. They just laugh. They're like, yeah. Like, everyone's clueless. And what's funny is down in Texas, right, they're going through some of the worst droughts ever, right, recorded. And what's happening is all their livestock and stuff is dying, right? Mm-hmm. And so, there's these people that work at the slaughter mill, and, the slaughter mill gets shut down because there's not enough cows, because they have to sell their cows because, this drought, they can't support them or whatever.
Yeah.
So all these people get laid off. They go down there, and they are trying to figure out, what the people feel about, global warming and stuff. They have no idea. They don't think global warming's real. What these motherfuckers were doing is piling into churches, sitting there praying, God, bring back the water, blah, blah, blah. Like, all right, you can believe in God all you want, all right? I think religion is good in certain aspects. You know what I mean? I think it keeps people in line. It gives them a good outline to live their life. But when you come to a point where, we're having this drought because of...
And you're not doing anything. You're literally going, hey, help me out here.
You're like, these people have lost their job. All this stuff's going on, right? And they're sitting there saying, global warming is a farce. It's bullshit, blah, 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 blah. They're just trying to shut the oil companies down. And all these guys are going around driving their pickup trucks and everything else. It's happening. You lost your job because of this. Open your eyes. You can't just sit there and pray and act like that. I think the one thing about religion that I hate the most is that it allows people to be stupid.
Yep.
It's a green card to be dumb, right? Because you don't have to look at the world. You don't have to try to figure anything out. You don't have to look for answers. All you have to do is pray. You know what I mean? Jimmy gets hit by a car. You don't blame the driver. You don't blame Jimmy for playing in the fucking street. You sit there and you just say, well, God said it was his time to go.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It allows people to be retarded.
Yep.
And that's what I don't like about religion.
Well, someone said this to me when I was younger, and it blew my mind, but they said that the biggest opiate in the world is religion, because it literally allows people to kind of go, peaceful.
Yeah.
The world isn't going fucking crazy on me, but it's cool because I believe in something I've never seen before. What? Okay, I agree with you. People that are into religion, for the most part, 99% of religion is literally showing people a guideline to live their life better.
Right.
Totally cool with that. The Bible is called Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. Okay?
Right.
So that makes sense. And if that's what you need to do in order to not kill babies or something, then I'm totally fucking for it.
Well, here's the thing, right? I didn't mean to bring up religion and bash religion.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I brought this up is because these stupid people, right, buy into this idea, these religious people buy into this idea that global warming is a farce. And it's coming from the oil companies. Yeah. It's coming from, all these people that profit off of fossil fuels, that have this agenda going out, that have this, campaign out there saying that, global warming is a farce. So many people, Republicans and politicians, have said that Al Gore's video that came out, the world is heating and is bullshit. But it's not. It's
uses science.
It's science. They've one of the best documentaries ever is called Chasing Ice.
Mm-hmm.
And
I told you that was on Netflix, right?
Yeah, I finally got to watch it because for a while I've been trying to watch it illegally. I've been trying to find it. But anyhow, it came out maybe a year ago or 6 months ago on Netflix or whatever, and I watched it. And if you have Netflix or whatever you use, try to find it. It's called Chasing Ice. And it shows you glaciers disappearing, not over the course of a decade, over the course of one fucking winter and summer cycle, 1 year, right? A whole, like, giant section of glacier disappearing. The ice caps, the glaciers are melting at such a high velocity that is just it's fucking frightening.
Yep.
It is so incredibly frightening. And you have these people, right, from these oil companies saying that it's just a farce for profit. But at the end of the day, my blood boils. It's like, okay, you guys are CEOs of this company, and I understand that you need to make a profit. But what are you making a profit for? What are you saving money for?
Yeah.
Your family is going to be dead.
Yeah.
Like what is the end goal here?
You're trying to get a high score in a game that's going to be over.
Yeah, you're the one that's ending the game.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. Okay, let's say you have $1 billion in the bank, right? Mm-hmm. And you're an oil executive or whatever, CEO or whatever the fuck it is, right? You own the oil company. Yes, you made tons of profit promoting this fossil fuel idea. Yes, you're a billionaire now. Mm-hmm. What do you do when the world is fucked right now and like everyone's burning up and it's just too hot? What are you gonna do? Like purchase like an underground house like underwater or whatever?
Where are you gonna purchase it from?
I mean, like who's gonna build it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do? Get in a spaceship and go up and live somewhere else and restart the Earth? Like, there's not enough planning. There's not enough money in the world to save mankind for what is coming. We don't have a place that we can go to and live right now.
Yeah.
Let's say in 40 years they set up something on Mars. Okay, that's great. But you're stuck on fucking Mars.
Right.
Like the Earth's fucked.
Well, I got $1 billion.
Or maybe, there's a one section in Canada that you can still live in. It's cold enough, the climate's good enough. There's enough trees in the area to breathe oxygen. Let's say there's one section that everybody can go to and still live. The whole fucking world, 7 billion people are trying to migrate to this one spot.
Yeah.
You're still fucked.
It's funny, dude. Like, I hate to compare this to COD, but COD's a fun game. You know what fucked it? The community.
Yeah.
The Earth's a fucking amazing place. You know what's fucking it up? People.
Yeah.
People are fucking the whole game up, man. It's honestly, people are fucking the whole shit up.
I was watching a Joe Rogan podcast, I think, and I don't know if Joe said this or someone else said this, but it was so fucking perfect. You ride airplanes, right? Mm-hmm. I ride airplanes. People that ride planes, you know what we're talking about. When you're flying over the country, you're seeing all this land, right? And all this vacancy and all these fields and all these forests and all this stuff. And then you roll up on a city, and it just looks like cancer. It looks like a virus has taken over the earth.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? He said that at one of the podcasts. I'm like, that's so fucking true.
That is true, dude. Because literally, the cities that everyone flies into or whatever, it's just like a different spot, a different fucking skin spot on the body of America.
Yeah.
And that does look like cancer.
And
it all fucking kicks in the same little location.
So here's another thing that's going on in the world that I just recently learned about from this episode here on Showtime. Over in Indonesia, right, mm-hmm. there's all these forests, like rainforest everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And what they're doing is they're tearing down the forest and they're planting palm trees. Now, the reason why they're doing this...
I wish you guys could see my face when he said that. That was hilarious, but go ahead.
But they really are doing this. And the reason why they're doing this is because palm oil is in everything. It's in, like, candles. It's in every food we eat. It's in Oreos. It's in everything, this palm oil stuff, right?
Okay.
I don't know what it is, or I don't know why it's in everything, but it is, right? So us as consumers, we're eating this and using this palm oil all the time. So it's high in demand. So what they're doing is they're chopping down the forest and they're putting this up. But they're not chopping it down. You know how they're getting rid of the forest?
No.
Burning it. Because it's the easiest way to clear land.
But wait, time out. But okay, so I understand like that. Okay, that is the easiest technical way to do it. But couldn't they chop down the forest and get materials out of that? Get paper or whatever?
They're fucking stupid. They're Indonesians. Like, no offense to anyone that's Indonesian, but they're like fucking third world nation over there.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we make money from palm trees.
Do we really? We could probably cut down on 95% of the paper, bro. Now, we don't really need paper anymore.
Now, here's the thing, right? Common science or whatever. Carbon. If we didn't have an atmosphere, we'd be 60 degrees colder, right? The atmosphere keeps us warm, right? So when the sun comes in and it bounces off the earth, it can't leave. It can't go back out into space. That's what keeps us warm, right? All these gases and all this air that we have, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what's happening with the CO2 and all this carbonation that's going out in the atmosphere is it's putting another layer on the atmosphere, which makes us warmer. That's what's going on right now. Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. Trees, they suck up this carbon dioxide, right? And they use it to, like, build themselves. And they put out oxygen, which is great, right? When they're burning this stuff and they're burning trees, they're literally, like, releasing ridiculous amounts of carbon into the atmosphere. That tree is 1,000 years old. It's been sucking up carbon out of the atmosphere forever. When you burn that thing, all the carbon that it's conserved, it just releases. And the fires are so big and they're so, like, fucking hot or whatever, that it burns like the mud. And the thing in the forest, right, is there's like layers and layers and layers that are like 10 feet deep of like branches and trees and stuff that fell down and decayed. That stuff is 10 times more concentrated with carbon than the trees. And these fires are so hot that it's releasing all that shit. 20% of the carbon emissions every single year is from deforestation.
Jesus.
20 fucking %. And another thing that's like accelerating this, right, is like white snow and glaciers reflect sunlight, right? It bounces off, right? Yeah. Now, darker colors absorb it. That's why football players wear the black lines underneath their eyes. Yeah. It's because the sun goes to that instead of going into their fucking eyes, right? Well, this is what the reason why the Earth is heating up so fast. Another reason is because we're losing all this white reflective snow and ice, and we're showing more, green, dark mountains and stuff when it disappears. So it starts sucking in more heat. Like, it's on this fast acceleration that's out of control. We literally will not be able to live on this earth in like 200 years. There's no way.
Yeah. You can't keep on. Okay, you can't. It's scary. You can't do that. If you think of if you think of Earth as body, you can't keep on doing that to the body. You can't.
We're fucked. I don't understand what the fuck's going to happen.
The world is super drunk right now, and the hangover is going to suck.
So a lot of people were talking about this, world ending December 21st, 2012 or whatever. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
What if that was real? What if that was the turning point? Like, if we stopped burning fossil fuels, we stopped chopping down the rainforest, right? Right at that moment, we could have survived.
I don't buy it because you can't even. Okay, something as simple and as small as a human being, right? You can't dictate when that human being's going to die. Okay.
Wait, what?
You can't. Okay, so you're saying that you figured out an end date for the Earth. We can't even figure out an end date when you're born. Okay.
No, I'm not saying an end date for the Earth. What I'm saying is maybe that was the point where we could have fixed it and still survived.
Okay. So the point, if we start right now, we're safe. But if we let it go any further, then we're fucked.
Yeah, no matter what.
That might have been it then.
That might have been the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy. And I'm not saying that's crazy because I'm not listening to you. I'm literally listening to you right now, and that is nuts. To think that is the expiration date of fixing it.
I wish you could watch some of this shit. It's crazy. There were so many fires. Okay, listen to this. Just in the United States alone, last year, that there were so many fucking fires that it burned a section of the United States the size of the state of Connecticut.
Damn.
That's insane. Imagine losing a whole state of forest.
It's like losing a forearm.
Like, that's insane. Like, I don't think that we've come to grips. We're stuck in our houses now that we have the internet, and we're fucking around playing on games, and more and more people.
This is going full circle. And that's why I think there is almost a religious boom you're looking at it like going, why are religious people, why are you acting like this? Like, watch the fucking news, look at the fucking science. This is what's fucking happening, right?
Yeah.
They're literally seeing that the same way that earlier on when you started talking about death, and I'm like, I'd rather not. I'd rather just not do it, okay? It's an opiate. It allows you can see that. They can probably see this and kind of go, wow, the earth is getting fucked up. But it's okay because I'm happy and I'm going to be fucking fine. God's got my back. Don't worry. I'm not sweating it. That's what it is. It's a fucking opiate. So while you're saying, listen, religious people, why are you acting like this? Religious people are like, this is why I got religion in the first place. Because I know the fucking world's fucked up. It's cool, though. God's got me. It's fucking, but it's crazy, though. Because I'm a rational person. I'm not the smartest person in the world. I don't fucking... I get that. There are smarter people than me. There are people that think further out than me or whatever. But at the same time, if you use stuff like math and science, and if you actually show how things work, I'm going to look at it and be like, yep, that's how it works. Cool. Bam. I'm not just going to go on a leap of faith or this like, it's almost like they know that they're fucking stupid or wrong, but they don't care because that's an easier choice. It's an easier choice to go.
I'm scared on my fucking mind, bro.
Yeah.
Like when I was I see this shit in my lifetime. I'm 32 years old.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I had snowmobiles. I would ride all the fucking time. There would be points where the snow was taller than me. Now, granted, I was like, maybe 3.5 feet when I was a kid or whatever. But the snow would be taller than me. We haven't had any winters like this where you could just ride snowmobiles all winter. You know what I mean? There wasn't like, oh, we can ride today. Yay. It was like, no, winter's here. We can ride all winter.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like this, since you've been out here, you've been amazed at the snow that we've gotten.
Yeah, because I've never lived in this type of shit before.
This is so fucking mild, bro. Like when I was a kid, when my grandparents told me that they had walked like 20 feet, 20 miles in the fucking snow barefoot or whatever, like I believed them. Because we had tons of snow when I was a kid.
Yeah,
it's weird, dude. It's scary as fuck. I don't know what do you think is going to be the solution?
The solution?
Yeah, let's say we get to a point, right? Well, it's going to happen regardless.
Have you ever had 5 people get together and try to solve a problem? It's fucking chaos, right?
Yeah.
You're asking the entire world to get together and solve an issue? It's not happening.
Well, the thing is greed is killing us.
Exactly.
Greed.
Well, that's one of the things, but yeah.
That's the only thing. Because, like, China is polluting the air worse than anyone. But they don't give a fuck. They're making money.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to come down to. I think it's, it's going to come to a point where the United
States... There's too many... Okay, first off, the fuck everyone else attitude, let me get mine, is literally, it's a fucked up way of thinking, but if you don't think that way, you're going to get ran over. So that's what life is. So what you're talking about is everyone helping their fellow man out. No, what people want is the top 100 people to fucking live, and then the rest are peasants. Fuck you. Get away from me.
The only way the Earth is going to survive is if like half the population dies.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the only way. Like half the people need to stop driving cars. No one needs to be driving cars anymore. Like that's the only way. They're going to... I would think, like, if I was one of these conspiracy people, if I was one of these, like, Alec Jones types, right, I would think that a mass, like, killing is going to happen somewhere. Like, somehow they're going to have to figure out, okay, look, dude, we got 7 billion people.
But the thing is, who gets to make that call, though? The people with the most money?
Thank God I live in the United States.
Yeah, no shit.
Thank God I live in the United States.
Thank God I'm a white male, decently educated, because...
People can hate on the United States all they want for starting wars and starting all this shit.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you what, I'm proud as fuck to be an American because I know when like the end of the world comes, the only one that's going to have a fucking chance is us.
Yep.
Like if it came down to, look, only a certain amount of people can live and the rest of the world has to die in order to save the earth, you fucking I guarantee it. The fucking United States lives.
Yeah.
And they start murking everyone else.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, for real.
That's the one thing that
we have that dumb jock mentality, but we're getting picked. Believe that. Believe that, Mister. You don't have socks in Africa. Yeah, you're done. Sorry.
I mean, that's the one thing I can say.
Because we have this arrogance about us, but literally that arrogance, when push comes to shove, it's like, no, we're living. Sorry. We are. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be a dick about it, but like, if you're like, the rest of the world looks at the U.S. like we're fucking dumb idiots.
Yeah, they hate us.
They hate us.
They hate us.
But when push comes to shove, we're number one because we'll tell you we're number one. Period.
Right.
And I know it sounds like an asshole patriot or whatever, but we literally go to other people's countries and say, "Hey, knock it off." Even though we have no jurisdiction over there.
I know.
Seriously, if you got two countries nowhere near fucking America, right? So for whatever reason, we think we're on the fucking World Neighborhood Watch, and we'll go down and be like, "Hey, knock it the fuck off."
It makes
what?
You have nothing to do with this,
dude. If I live in Florida, okay, and New York is like, "We're running this shit. This is our shit. We're gonna come down there. We're gonna deal with your shit." I'm like, you're not even fucking from here. now let's flip the script, okay? Let's say let's say Africa, right? Let's say Africa sends in like 100,000 Kenyans at our border.
Oh, you're gonna get yelled at. Africa's not a country.
Whatever.
It's a continent.
Okay.
Kenya.
Okay. Let's say they send 100,000 Kenyans over to America. We'd be like, "What's up? You got a problem? Deal with it." We're not going to let them come in. Like, seriously, they get shot out of the air or however they get there because we do bully shit. We do. America is the biggest group of fucking bullies in the world, okay? Yeah. And we're not going for it. It's a douchebag. It's a douchebag thing. But we'll go over and solve your problems, even though we don't even solve our own problems. We're the alcoholics telling the potheads to knock it the fuck off.
Yeah, like after the Civil War, the closest any other country ever came to like attacking the United States was in the Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Where they flew some planes over.
On Hawaii, our fucking distant cousin.
Yeah, it wasn't even like...
You're not even hitting the mainland, bro.
And what was the response? We fucking nuked them.
Yeah, we went back 10 times harder. Sorry. It's just... Please, 100,000 Kenyans, please try to attack us. See what the fuck happens.
When other people from other countries talk to me and they say stuff like, Americans are fucking so stupid. Or Americans think they're better than everyone else. Or there's more to the world than just America. I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, if there's like a worldwide, like some people have to die, some people have to live, we're living.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
We're going to be alive. Like your country is going to get blown the fuck up. And I guess I would say the same for the UK.
Yeah, UK's got shit locked down
The UK and the United States has everything locked down. We don't give a fuck about anything else, though.
We don't, and it's not us being cocky. I'm just saying how it is, like how it is. It just we will be right back.
We're gonna be right back, and we're back. So yeah,
sorry about that. I got on a little bit of a fuck you, everyone else. I'm America.
Yeah.
But it is how it is, you know.
It's weird. It's strange to think about, but yeah, I just don't see. Imagine if the whole world decided to like fuck up America. I still think we'd win.
I don't think it would ever. The plane would ever take off. If that makes sense, there'd be too many. Like, how do you orchestrate something like that? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I just feel like we'd win everything.
Yeah.
And we have too many alliances. You know what I mean?
We got too many people we're cool with, for the most part, if shit pops off, you know?
I mean, here's the thing. The world starts heating up, starts getting really scary 20 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Without a fucking doubt, it's going to get really scary year 2034. Or did I do that right?
2050.
It's going to start getting scary. And here's the thing. When there's more droughts... Right, and there's more flooding, and more of the shit's gonna go down. Right, more natural disasters. Right, what's gonna happen is people are gonna start fighting over resources.
Yep.
Right, you know, you have all these big billionaires and stuff in the United States that are buying up water rights. You know, what are they buying water rights for? We're fucking getting a little low on water.
Yep.
You know, like. It's getting crazy. I don't know. It's scary.
What is America's resource? What do we have now? One of our hugest resources, automobiles, is starting to like go away.
Well, we just buy from everyone else. We just buy, like, other countries are pretty much our, like, I don't know, workers. You know what I mean? China makes everything. We buy it from them. And the way our money is made is just like it's based on nothing.
Yeah.
So we're pretty much just scamming the system. It's a weird world that we live in, and I can't see the future. I see when I try to think about the future, I see scary shit.
Yeah, I see anarchy.
Yeah,
and we're seeing little bits of that with what's going on in Detroit.
Yeah,
like didn't Detroit or what? Detroit. Didn't it basically say that there's not like not a mayor, there's like not policing anymore, or like
they just kind of like went bankrupt.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna reach to a point when I just don't want to see when the push comes to shove, man. When it really goes down, when the fucking house of cards starts to collapse, you know.
Yeah,
it's gonna reach that point, you know.
It's scary. I think I'm gonna call this podcast Earth Day.
It was Earth Day.
It was.
Actually, you want to hear something really, really funny?
Yeah.
My sister and I disliked my stepdad so much that when we went on vacation, that we had a rental car and we were in the back seat, and he was telling us about Earth Day, right?
Okay.
And we're listening to Earth Day, and it's all good, you know. Don't waste paper, don't burn shit, don't whatever, because our Earth is precious. But my sister and I honestly disliked my stepdad so much that we're like, okay, Earth's cool and everything, but fuck Earth if he's supporting Earth Day. So we were taking sticky notes and one by one throwing them out the window. And we literally threw probably about a good $30 worth of sticky notes, like a huge box, like one by one. Just all you can see is just like thousands of sticky notes flying out our windows. Because, you know, Earth's cool, but fuck my stepdad.
What did your stepdad do?
Oh, he got fucking furious. He was super pissed. He was like, "Why are you littering?" Be like, "Oh, you know, you talking about it's Earth Day."
You guys are fucking assholes. I never really had a problem with littering because I felt like it created jobs. Someone's got to pick it up.
Now my mom was telling me about how back in the day, people really didn't give a fuck about littering. That when you would collect all your trash in your car, right?
Uh-huh.
And then when it got unmanageable, basically when the bag is full, whether it's like a grocery size bag or even like a big bag or whatever, you just toss it out the window on the fucking interstate. And she was saying like it was very, very common that in order for you to be a good driver, you needed to be able to swerve out of the way of garbage on the interstate. And she just got used to it. I'm like, that's pretty fucking awesome.
There's this like dirt road by where I grew up, and when you go down it, it's like trees and wilderness and a dirt road, and it's just beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll just see like bags of garbage. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
There's no reason. You'll see like washers and dryers like off on the side of the road.
Now, did I ever tell you the shroom story about me picking up litter?
No.
Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
Okay, and this is perfect to lead in to the next cast, which is going to be the Shroom Cast, which I hope we have some epic sponsors for. But here's how it went down, right? The first time I did shrooms, long story, looked at water. We literally walked into a bar, and I thought we were in a drippy dungeon, and I walked out. I was on the beachfront. Everything was cool. On the way back, right?
Uh-huh.
My buddy Brandon, he had his sunglasses on, and he was like the Morpheus tour guide of the coming down of my shroom trip, right?
Okay. And
so I'm walking, and I'm like, man, this is so fucking beautiful, because we're walking along the street, and there's all these houses, and there's all these like nice shrubs and bushes, right? And they looked fucking just beautiful.
Right.
1 second. So walking along, see all these beautiful bushes, and what the fuck's his name? Brandon is basically like my tour guide for my coming down process going home, right? And I'm literally looking at all the shrubs, beautiful green. Because of the mushrooms, it's like a neon green, right?
Okay.
And it's kind of surreal. So I come across, and for whatever reason, out of this big, huge, like 12-foot long span of this beautiful bush, there was a beer can in the middle of it. And so I stopped Brandon, and I'm like, dude, this is fucked up. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, dude, beautiful nature, and then man fucked it up with a beer can, just chucked it in there, not giving a fuck, right? And he's like, okay, so now what? And I'm like, dude, I'm thinking about like getting it, like jumping in there and grabbing it and removing it and making that shrub beautiful again. And he's like, okay, well, you have two choices to make. You could walk on by and just let it be there. and you're probably going to forget about it in 10 minutes. Or you can, exert a little bit of energy and grab it. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to grab this beer can.
Okay.
So I try to reach in there. It's too deep in there, right? So I have to get a running start. So I go out into the road, which seemed fucking super dangerous, like I was playing Frogger, even though the cars were driving by at like 20 miles an hour. I go out into the road, I get a running start, and I jump into this bush.
Okay.
Jump into the bush, grab the beer can, and pull it out. And I'm like dusting myself off. And he's like, okay, now you have a choice. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck do I do with this beer can? Like, I didn't know what the fuck to do with it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to walk around the beer can because first of all...
Okay, so you have this light made out of aluminum beer can sitting in a bush, right? You wanted to save the bush.
Yes, because the bush was beautiful and it looked fucked up with this man.
So, like, a 300-pound dude dives into the fucking thing, breaking, like, the limbs.
Oh, yeah, I probably did more damage than...
The fucking bush was probably, when you got out of it with the beer can, the thing was probably half dead.
Well, the bush had some imprints on it, yes. So then he's like, well, now you have to deal with the consequences of taking that high road. And I'm like, I don't know what to fucking do with this beer.
Why was this motherfucker talking to you like he was from the Matrix?
Because that's how it was. Because literally I was just this lost person that went on this shroom journey. Like at one point in the day, I got in a fight with the sun. Like the sun seemed like it was singling me out and was focusing on me and was like burning me. I was like, I don't want to fuck with you, bro. Like, get the fuck away from me. And they all were laughing because it's like I got into a fight with the sun. Like I was really beefing with the sun. Oh my God. Anyways, so he and everyone was just like, Brandon, listen, because Brandon had done mushrooms probably 100 times previous to this, you know? So they were like, listen, dude, you babysit him, right? Because he's going to ask a lot of questions, and I did. I asked a lot of fucking questions, and I was just on this journey, right? And he was my tour guide. And he looked like Morpheus because he had sunglasses on.
Okay.
So I have this beer can. He's like, yeah, and you're going to have to either take it with you all the way back to my house, or you're going to have to find like a recycling bin somewhere along the way and get rid of it, right? And so we walked what seemed like fucking forever, but it was probably like 2 blocks. And I saw a recycling bin, like down a driveway though. Like I'd have to like walk down a driveway into some person's like into their driveway house area and throw this away, right? Mm-hmm. So I find it. I start walking there. I open it up. And when I open it up, the owner of the house like comes up from his balcony and like looks down and is like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, shit. And I gotta close the thing and I run away. And Brandon's like, oh, sorry about that. He was just trying to throw away his pop can or something. And so I was like, dude, I almost fucking got caught. He's like, got caught from what, dude? You were just trying to throw a fucking beer can out. I ended up taking it back to his house because I was too scared to throw it in a recycling bin along the 30 houses we passed on my way to his house. And to make the story even better, and I didn't even realize until we finally got to the house and he told the story to everyone, was that the beer was called Bush.
Maybe it was meant to be in the bush.
Maybe it was meant to be in the bush. Then we watched the opening scene to Belly like 15 times in a row.
I don't know what Belly is.
Okay, well, Belly is there's a dude named Hype Williams, okay? And he directed like all the 90s rap videos. Like he was like the fucking Scorsese of rap videos.
Rap music videos or rap movies?
Rap music videos.
Okay.
And he went out and he made a movie called Belly, and the main characters were Nas, DMX, and Method Man. Those are the main characters. And it's a fucking badass movie. The beginning of Belly is a scene where they rob a nightclub, but they wear these contact lenses to the point where the nightclub's like dark, but you can see their eyes in the dark bouncing around. Oh. It's fucking sick. And Belly's a fucking crazy movie. The opening scene of Belly is awesome.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. They're all wearing like the neon glow stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a song, However Do You Want It? However Do You Need It?
Yeah.
And then the bass drops. It's a fucking sick song, and it's awesome. Anyways, we watched that a bunch of times, and then we watched Horton Hears a Who in Spanish because it was funnier. And by that time, I had come down. So
this has been an amazing Bad Kid Cast. We'll see you next time on the Shroomcast.
I'm excited.
I'm scared.
Beep.